Welcome to Two Letters Reactions. I'm your host, Tasha. Today we are going to be watching Boku no Hero Academia Season 3, Episode 1. So the way I like to start these reaction videos is to kind of look at a recap of what happened in the previous episode. So in this case, I'm going to briefly be talking about what happened in the last two seasons, and really that's just for me to recall what the heck happened previously. So the first season of the show, we had young Midoriya first coming into his powers that he received from All Might. The season ended with the League of Villains making their first move. We got to see All Might use his powers, that kind of thing. The second season, we had the tournament arc, so the brackets of different students against one another. And there were some really cool fights in that sequence. So Uraraka, if I could say her name. I'm going to apologize in advance. Names are really hard for me, and obviously Japanese is not my native tongue, so forgive me. I'm going to try, and I'm not good with putting faces to names anyway, so apologies. But Uraraka versus Bakugo was a fight that I really enjoyed. Obviously, Shoto versus Midoriya was amazing. And then it ended with Bakugo winning the entire tournament, which I felt like he deserved. Bakugo was always in the shadow of Midoriya and Shoto, so it was nice that he won, but obviously he won in a way that he didn't want to win because Shoto just sort of gave up. Shoto Todoroki, right? Just sort of didn't want to use his fire powers, so he didn't, and Bakugo ended up winning and was angry about it. I just recall that so vividly from that season, and it's been a while since I've seen it, but that stuck out for me. And then the second season ended with the fight against Stain. So we had the three students. It was Ida, Shoto, and Midoriya in the fight against Stain. Yeah, so it was a crazy season. I know nothing about this third season. I don't read the manga. I avoid spoilers at all costs. So I have no idea what I'm in store for. The only thing I have heard is just that a lot of people have said that this is their favorite arc. Like, that's what I hear a lot when folks are talking about reading the manga. They're just like, this is my favorite. So that makes me extra excited for it, to see what's in store. You will notice that I'm going to be just jotting some notes. And that's mainly for me at the end to look back over it and to talk about whatever we're watching. I'm not planning to talk much during the episode. I'm going to react to it if there's something I'm really excited about. You'll see it in my face, or I'll make ooh noise or something, or oh if I don't like what's happening. But I'll save the discussion portion, you could say, at the end. I think that's about it. I am ready. I am so excited. So let's just do this. Here we go. Season 3, Episode 1.
遊泳高校ヒーロー科それは人類の約8割が何らかの特異体質を持つ超人社会となった現在
So we have a recap.
犯罪に対抗するヒーロー遊泳高校に入学した僕緑谷伊豆が憧れに向かって
You work hard, baby. Work hard.
笑顔で人々を助ける存在になるためそうこれは僕が最高のヒーローになるまでの物語
This is a throwback to the opening of this second. Ooh! Oh, I forgot we'd have a new opening. Who was that? He was... This is what happens when you don't read manga. Oh, all the new League of Villain characters. Oh gosh, guys. Look at that animation. Oh, baby Shoto. Oh. This animation is just gorgeous. Oh. These guys, of course. Is he like an obsessed fanboy or something? He just...
真のヒーローを求める男が認めた少年。死柄木弔とは真逆の
Opposite of?
作ってやれよ。オールマイトのいない世界を。そして見せつけてやる。正義とやらの脆弱さを。
だからといって遊んではいられない。
Look at those muscles. What the heck?
合宿に備え、僕は自主トレを続けていた。
見えるか、もう100人は救い出してる。やべえって、まだ10分も経ってねえって。やべえって。めっちゃ笑ってんよ。もう大丈夫。なぜって、私が来た。
Because I am here.
オールマイト。未だに信じられない時がある。僕があのオールマイトに認められ、個性を譲渡されて。
その前に A 組生徒の個性を確認させてくれ。分かった。出席番号1番青山優が個性ネビルレーザー、腹からレーザーを出す。
I can't, guys. I just
秋
can't.
の皆個性3、体から酸を分泌し対象を溶かす。3番アスイツイ、
Sue.
個性カエル、カエルができることはほとんど
Sue and Dark Shadow are awesome
4番
characters.
飯田天也、個性エンジン、ふくらはぎにあるエンジンを使って高速移動する。10番佐藤力道、個性シュガードープ、
Sugar
体内に
Rush.
取り込んだ糖分を力に変える。11番
I don't remember if that was revealed before.
個性複製腕、目や口耳を腕に複製できる。12番二郎強化、個性イヤホンジャック、耳たぶにあるプラグを使ってどんな小さな音でも。
失礼します。
どうしたお前ら。
相沢先生、一昨日提出したプールの使用許可のことなんですけど。
ああ、
Cool.
学校側から許可を下りてる。使用時間は17時までだ。
Oh no. Are we gonna have like a free
プ
episode?
ールの使用目的
Anime
は体
free.
力強化のためだったな。しっかり励め。
ブルジョーや。ああ、せっかくお乳の水着買ったのに。
仕方ない
Make them all swim at the
うちら
pool.
は一度ヴィラン連合に襲われてるし。
それでも遊びたい。どっか行きたい。だったら夏休み学校のプールに集まらない？そうね。学校のプールだったら先生も許可してくれると思うわ。いいね。お金もかかんないし。閉じこもってるよりマシだ。
でしたら私が学校側に許可をもらってきますわ。
というわけさ。なら行くっきゃねえよな。
普段とは違う女子の新たな魅力を見つけてやるぜ。いざ行かん。俺たちを楽園へ。
Are they not gonna be there?
遅かったじゃない
Oh
か。
god.
おいおいおい。なんでお前らがここにいんだよ。
プールで体力強化するから、みんなも一緒にどうってメールしておいたんだ。
そういうことか。もちめかよ、緑や。
落ち着け雷。ここに水着姿の女子がいるのは間違いねえ。
緑谷君、少し休まないと。ありがとう、飯田君。
Ida looks a little bit different, like the way that they do his face.
いや、不思議だと思ってな。入学当時は緑谷君とこんな風に友人関係になるとは思っていなかった。正直言って俺は君を軽んじていた。しかし
Backhanded compliment slightly.
嬉しかったよ。オールマイトの母校である UA に入学するのがずっと夢だったから。でも個性把握テストで最下位の生徒は退学だって言われた時はもうダメかと。それでも君は諦めなかった。戦闘訓練の時も。デトロイト
Smash!
なんだ。
即興必殺水星ホームラン。
I forgot how epic that fight was.
回収。
これしか思いつかなかった。確かにや
やり方は無茶苦茶だったが、俺は緑谷君の執念のようなものを感じた。それに俺と爆豪君のチームは負けたんだと思う。
そんなこと、僕はいろんな人に助けられてここにいるんだ。
ぶっ潰してやるよテク。もちろんお前もな、半分やろ。
それでは位置についてよーい。
Can they use their powers? Oh my gosh. What's
どうだこのモブども。そうだじゃねえ、泳いでねえじゃねえか。自由形っつっただろうが。
位置についてよーい。
Uh-huh.
いいとこかよ。
バンフォールフルカウル。
やるな緑谷。
飯田も惜しい。
やられたよ緑谷君。
飯田君もすごかったよ。
緑谷。
俺だって
Ooh, I got chills again.
ヒーローに。
Look at that stare.
僕はお前にやられたヒーローの弟だ。最高に立派な兄さんの弟だ。兄に代わりお前を止めに来た。
お前もお前の兄も弱い。偽物だからだ。
セマ
助けに来たよ飯田君。
遅くなっちまっただろう。
二人で守るぞ。なぜ二人とも。以降ヴィラン連合に目立った動きはないな。
だが奴らは水面下で必ずうごめいているはず。
分かってるさ。警察はヒーローたちと連動しヴィラン連合の情報収集に当たっている。その捜査が実った時は頼むぞオールマイト。
もちろんだよ塚内君。
Does that mean his time has shrunk again for how long he can stay in that form?
3人で優勝者を決める。それでいいか。
おい半分やろ。体育祭の時みてえに手加減なんかすんじゃねえぞ。本気で来やがれ。
Oh yeah, he still holds a grudge.
お前もだこのクソだけ。
わかったよかっちゃん。
それではよーい。
なんだ構成が消えた。
17時。
Oh,
俺の使用時間はたった今終わった。早く
oh, come on, Eraserhead.
せっかくいいとこなのに。
なんか言ったか。
Oh, I was looking forward to that actually.
邪魔しやがって。
Oh, extra scene?
情報がヴィラン側に漏れていることを警戒しての処置だ。このことは学校内でも上層部しか知らない。頼むようで頼む。生徒たちにもだ。
Uh-oh.
あんたに用意してほしいものがある。そうさ、新しいゲームの始まりだ。
次回予告林間合宿が始まった。
I think I'm gonna just skip the preview because to me sometimes previews are sort of, spoilers a little bit. So this episode really was more of a recap, but I still felt that there was some, interesting stuff in this episode to talk about. So early on, there was the comparison between, I didn't quite get the chance to write down his name. Is it Tamura? That hand guy? A comparison of him with Stain and how they're opposites. Which, Stain was always pursuing, or killing anyway, heroes who he considered weren't actually heroes, like, fake heroes. So I don't know if that comment about them being opposites, is that just a reference to Tamura, the hand guy, being hunting and killing real heroes? Like, is that what that's referring to? I assume so, but I just thought it was an interesting comment. I liked how all the previous season's fights, the damage that's been done to his body is there. Like, I loved how they added the scars to his hands. It just, I really appreciated that in the animation. So they're all getting ready for this summer training camp, apparently, and I didn't quite catch if is that like all the students? Is that everybody in the whole school, or is it just the students in the main class and A class, or not entirely sure, so I guess I'll find out in the next episode. And then it mentioned at the end how they're going to try to switch that, instead of whatever location they had announced, it's going to be at a different location. So I'm curious if there's going to be sort of a repeat of, I don't think they would do a complete repeat of what happened with the training center when in season 1, when the League of Villains showed up at the end of the season. I don't think it would be an exact repeat of that, but maybe something interesting with, the location getting leaked. Maybe. There was that moment where Ida's talking about how much he admires Midoriya, and how I put a note here about the bond. Like, it's really cool now to see the bond that's formed between Ida, Midoriya, and Shoto, in particular because of their fight with Stain. And now there's the vows sort of between them. And I'm just really excited to see how that manifests in this season, what that's going to look like going forward, because I imagine now in any battles that they have with the League of Villains or whatever's coming up next, that that bond between them is going to probably play a really significant role. I also noted that the swimming match between Midoriya and Ida, I think the only thing in this whole episode that I was kind of like, I suspended disbelief was that swimming match between the two of them. I'm like, okay. Even if Midoriya goes full cowling, I feel like Ida, his thing is speed. Is he really not going to be fast? He even went into that, what does he call it? I'm gonna butcher this. I'm so sorry. Spirito or res something. The super speed where it goes all blue and he goes even faster, and he still didn't win. Right? I think Midoriya won when it was just him and Ida. Really? Like, I feel like Ida should have still won, because I get maybe once Midoriya is full power, like level of All Might, then I would maybe believe that he'd beat him and outrun him. But yeah. And then I also noted how there's still that grudge. Bakugo still has his grudge. He was still mad at Shoto, which is absolutely perfect. I love it. That just kind of made me giggle. I don't know how outwardly I reacted. I'll have to go back and rewatch this just to see. I don't know how outwardly I react to stuff, but I was internally giggling at that particular scene. So, anyway, that's my notes for this episode. So, like I said, it was really a recap episode. I'm assuming now that we're gonna be going on to these episodes of the training camp, whatever is in store at the training camp. At some point, we're gonna probably have another encounter with the League of Villains, see whatever's next with them, whatever they're planning. I'm really excited. I didn't mind that this was a recap episode, because I feel like we have a lot of episodes in store for this season, and just based on how excited everybody's about it and how much people have said they love this particular arc, I'm really looking forward to it. So anyway, thanks for watching this all the way through. I encourage you guys, if you haven't already, to click the bell notification below, and that way when I do upload these reaction videos, you'll get notified. Otherwise, this stuff sort of disappears in the ether of the web. So if you enjoyed this, yeah, that's where you can click on the bell, and you'll get other notifications. Also, if you want access to the full video, that will be posted, the full length reaction, that'll be on Patreon, or maybe you're already on my Patreon and you're watching it right now, who knows, but that's how you can get to that. You can get to the full on Patreon. If you want to have access to the polls, also that's over there. So if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you at episode 2.